Bacon talking about customizing Gunpla. I was. Anything of note you wanted, but are sold out? Yeah, like things like Windblade. I'm actually not sure if I want that model, but there's other things like let's see. Sorry, concentrating. Windblade. Oh yeah, 30-minute sisters. There's some 30-minute. So not even 30-minute sisters. 30-minute missions. There's a model that has like kind of like a what's the word I'm looking for? It kind of has like a womanly form factor. That's so weird to say, but yeah, it kind of looks like a girl. Spinatia. That one. They got in a few of those. Kind of want that. Not sure if I can actually get it by the time I get to the store or whatever, but it's okay, it's okay. I'll live. Okay. Whew. This is a lot. Let me get a drink here. This is a lot of concentration. But yeah, I was talking about customizing models, Bacon. I was sort of just working through my head and also just thinking out loud, talking about what I would want to do in terms of customizing a model and making a unique model. What would I do? What would be the aesthetic? Yeah, I think that's the best way to put it. What would be the aesthetic that I would try and go for? And I kind of settled on something along the lines of a Yoji Shinkawa type model. And I was saying how Yoji Shinkawa actually makes models of his of like the mechs and designs, right? He'll kit bash stuff. He'll use something from toys and something from Gunpla, and he'll bash it up all together. And he makes this thing, and then he actually has that on display in the office for the other artists to look at and kind of base their more structured 3D models off of, because that's something about Yoji Shinkawa's artwork where he's the primary. Oh well, I don't know if he's the primary concept artist for Kojima Productions, but he's often like sort of the one that we see the most, and he does a lot of these mech designs, and yet the mechs themselves, it's more of an impression of a mech. It's more of a suggestion of these forms and shapes. It's not like he's going in and drawing concretely with detail in a technical drawing sense. I'm sure you're all aware of that, right? He's a very it's a very like expressionistic kind of way of painting and illustrating. But if he can then take that and bring it into a 3D model, rather a model kit, a kit bash model, that gives more, that kind of makes, that bridges the gap, right? That bridges the gap between his concept art and something that would then go on to become a 3D model that then becomes something that you see in the game, because now the artists have this physical thing that they can look at and see and measure and then further elaborate on. It's very interesting, and I feel like that their process there over at Kojima Productions is, I don't know if I want to say it's unique to them, but it does seem a little different compared to others. In the world of movies like Pixar and stuff like that, and Star Wars, LucasArts, they often do make maquettes of models of aliens and creatures and stuff like that, which then go on to become CG things. But as far as in the world of games, I don't know if we see that too often. Bacon, so more of a mechanical and grounded look. Yeah, there's that, but there's also something very, if you look at his work, there's something kind of like I don't want to say bioorganic, but there does seem to be like a kind of organic nature to his work too, which I like, and that there's, even in the process of making it, you can see you can actually see how he's like bashing these kits together, and maybe he doesn't like, maybe he's not thinking about a kit bash in terms of like making a very solid model. I get the impression that when he's making these things, he's not really thinking about the structure and the stability of the models. These are all concerns that someone who's making custom Lego, someone who's making a Gunpla, for example, these are all things that I'm sure builders have to consider. And yet, when I look at Yoji Shinkawa's kit bashes, and I wish I had some examples to show. I'll probably look at some later, and then maybe we can talk about this more another time. But yeah, I get the impression that he's just kind of like smashing these parts together to get that he looks the look that he wants, and there's kind of like an immediacy to it. That's what I want to say. There's like an immediacy to his work, much in the same way that there's a immediacy to his paintings and illustrations. You can see that brushstroke, you can see the splotches, you can see like the gesture of his hand as he arcs and makes like, you know, Snake's eyebrow and stuff like that. I feel like there's a very similar mood and attitude when he's building these kit bashes, where he's just really homing in on this term bash. Which is to say that I'm not looking to like make something that's looks exactly like his work, or that I'm not gonna think about the structural integrity of a customized model. But yeah, these are all things where I feel like I kind of want to lean more towards that. But again, this is all just thinking out loud. There's a lot of things that I'd like to do, and I think, you know, it's just another kind of project to kind of think about. Just lump it in with the other projects. So now I'm going over and glazing all the parts, and we're trying to kind of soften up that really high contrast light, and we're trying to kind of I was saying bridge the gap, but yeah, we want to bridge that gap between the light and the dark, and kind of using glazing to achieve that. Endless amounts of projects, right, yeah. Always got something on the back burner. It's kind of good to have projects to do and some ideas. It's really a matter of actually doing it, right? I'm so glad to have finished up at least the Frost Giant. I can finally officially say that you know, as of today or yesterday, I finished up that model. You know, there was a handful of things that I wanted to tweak and adjust, but I kind of, for a few days and maybe even for a few weeks, I kind of just sat on it because I was like, well, there's things I want to fix or adjust with it, and these are things that might not even be readily apparent for the viewer, but it was bothering me, right? But I didn't really want to paint it on stream, because I feel like I've kind of like closed the book on that. So it was like, well, but if I don't paint it on stream, I kind of don't want to work on it at all. So yesterday I was like, shit, let's just do it. Let's just work on it. Things like adding more ice, adding more icicles, things like cleaning up some of the spots where paint is kind of, you know, flown and spluttered on parts that weren't supposed to be there. And today I took some pictures with the photo booth. Probably throw those up on Instagram later today. Oh god, bacon. Don't forget, I still have a lot of Warhammer stuff waiting for me. Yeah, man. That'll be I feel like that's gonna really kind of be a winter thing. Winter really bums me out, and I always feel like that's a great time to get into painting Warhammer stuff for some reason. Just my brain kind of works that way, I don't know. But yeah, I haven't forgotten. I was also talking earlier about wanting to make like a nature diorama, like no robots. No robots, no mechs, just pure nature. Just animals. Because yeah, I've been watching a lot of wow. I'm gonna close my window. Hold on a second. Let's close my window for a second, cause I can smell that someone is smoking up a doobie. But yeah, lately I've been watching a lot of like animal videos. Nature videos. I guess it's based off of my trip and whale watching. It's really kind of wanted me to learn more about nature and animals and stuff, and I find YouTube videos about animals to be very calming and relaxing too. If you guys are looking for something to calm you down if you're having a shitty day or you just need to like slow down, animal videos definitely a good strat. But yeah, I was thinking I kind of want to make a nature diorama too. And to do that, I'm thinking I might just use toys. Like, you know, what's that store, Mastermind? They sell a lot of like little animal toys. And I'm thinking something like that might be good. Because I can't find like a model kit of a moose, right? I can't even find a model kit of a whale. I thought at the very least I could find a whale model kit, but as far as I can tell, they don't exist. So I might have to just buy a toy and then maybe add some extra detail with Milliput, and then we can have a cool model of a moose or a whale, something like that. And then I can make a little diorama. In the case of the whale, I could submerge it in resin. I still have resin. I've been, you know, kind of practicing and getting into resin. So that one might be another cool opportunity to practice my resin skills, such as it is. Best bet is to wait for some whale type Pokemon kit. Yeah, there are whale Pokemon. Yeah, I mean, yeah, at that point I probably just will buy something, buy a whale model. I mean, there's a lot of dinosaur. Well, I don't want to say a lot, but as far as animals go, if you're looking for animal model kits, dinosaurs, they've got dinosaurs. But as far as living creatures go, it's kind of hard to find. It's an untapped market. I feel like Kotobukiya is missing a kit, missing a trick there. An opportunity to get into Animal Pla. Koto. Bandai. It's a free idea, guys. A wolf model kit? Could be cool. So yeah, now that I'm adding the glazing, it's kind of like softened it up, like some of the yellow, and it's looking pretty good. And really, this model is like it's 90% yellow. So once the yellow is done, like yeah, that's just about it.